let's talk about this first step, right, when it comes to lead gen. So there's a couple of strategies or thoughts about this, right? And for us, we're taking the mass outreach strategy right now, if you will, right? There's a lot of people who will say that, you know, it's not the way to go, or, you know, those organic ways to do it. You can build a Facebook group, you can run ads. Yes, but that's not in this course. What we want to do is essentially create something from nothing. And in order to do that, you've got to kind of think ahead a little bit. So the first step is lead gen. And so our niche, right, we picked restaurants for a couple of reasons. And I'll share with you that one of the things that I know in the past and kind of working in the chatbot space is that your industry is going to dictate either your service that you're offering and either your product that you're offering, or it's going to dictate who you go after. And let me tell you what I mean by that. In certain industries like real estate, right, there are a ton of real estate agents. So that's why a lot of people like going after that niche. But the challenge is that most of them are barely getting by. Most of them are not even profitable, right? Most of them are part-time. And so if you were to just target your typical real estate agent with the prices that most digital marketers like to ask for their services, then you're going to have just a large portion of the niche or of the industry that is just not going to, frankly, be able to afford you. And that's okay. That just means that you need to tighten up your lead gen. You know, you just need to tighten up your system a little bit, right? And you need to be a little bit more specific. And instead of just going after real estate agents, right, maybe you go after real estate brokers. And so what we did is we took the other route. And what we did is we really wanted to find something that was scalable the other way, right? And so we wanted to be able to offer something in mass, something that we can, that was duplicatable, that was templatable, and that ultimately we could offer at a lower price, and to be able to have some sort of kind of value ladder, right? And kind of a lower end templated DIY thing. And so the reason I'm saying that is we are so that we can open our search up to everybody, right? That was one of the big reasons that we made that decision, was we wanted to be able to target all the restaurants, you know, as many restaurants as we could. And in order for that to happen, we needed to make a product that would be able to accommodate every, you know, the pizza place down the street, as well as the Mexican restaurant, in addition to being able to provide for, you know, some of the higher end, you know, participants in that space, right? So I think that that's just something before you get into lead gen. Like, I don't want to just go in and say, okay, we're just searching for everybody in your niche, right? No, you don't want to do that. You want to really think through, okay, who are the niches that are going to be, you know, able to afford my services, or what niches can afford the price that I want to, you know, ask, or do I have a solution? Do I have a product? Do I have a service that works so well for a particular niche or an industry that it's worth it to go in and find that 5-10% of that niche that can actually afford you, so you can do your, you know, so you can pitch them. So first step is lead gen, though, right? And so I hop into my good old favorite one is RoboContact, really, because I think about RoboContact as the dagger, right? I really think about RoboContact as the thing that works really, really well at what it does, right? And it's like, it's the one, it's really great at what it does. Whereas obviously Text in Bulk has a few more options. For today's sake, I want to show you kind of some thoughts behind the way that we're going to go after this kind of systematically in terms of the lead gen. So obviously, like, my first thing is I just wanted to see like what would happen, right? I just wanted to see when I put in restaurants, and I put in Orlando because somebody in this group is actually going to be partnering with me, but we're starting in they're in Orlando, so I just ran it there because they're going to be doing lots of sales. And you can see I'm already getting tons of different things, right? So that's kind of the first thing, is like just to see what kind of information you're going to get. I'm getting name, I'm getting address, I'm getting website, I'm getting phone numbers, and I'm also getting emails, you know, some Facebook pages, some Twitter. So I have all this kind of information. I love that we have pixels, so that's fantastic as well. So what's nice is like, okay, now I'm starting to put together my strategies. I know I've got phone numbers. All right, great. If I've got a phone number, I know I can either text them if they're cell phones. I know I can do an outbound IVR if they're, if they're landlines, or I can do, some not robo dialing, excuse me, browser dialing if it's, if they're phone numbers. So now I can put together all of my different types of, outreach, which is going to be the next step. But I think that this was the first thing is I wasn't sure what kind of data was going to come back, nor was I sure about what sort of things were on here. And you'll notice that a lot of these restaurants are kind of independent kind of restaurants. And that's why that's why I made that point about, creating a product or a service that the people would be able to actually afford. So let me talk about the second thing, and let me hit the stop recording.